Hey, it's V, and I talk about tabletop RPGs. If this is the first video you are seeing from me, then welcome. If not, then welcome back. Now, before we get into the topic of today's video, I just wanted to go on a really quick related tangent. I recently just got my first ever award on a post on Reddit, the Wholesome Award. Now, I'm not really sure I'm going to deserve this award once this video is over, because we are going over a decidedly unwholesome topic. My D&D horror story. I just love the melodrama that I get to put in my videos now with this new software. I would recommend buying software if you want to be crazy like me. And I don't really see a reason why you shouldn't. Regardless, the point is that I'm giving up my title of an unproblematic queen for some entertaining content. And I think that's worth it. So let's get into the story. For the cast of characters, first up we have me. Hi, I'm V. Nice to meet you in case you didn't know. But then we have 4 other people. Now, I'm not going to give you their names because that's breaking privacy and all this other stuff, and I do not want to get canceled. So I will just give you letters instead. First up, we have the good guys, or the people that are still my friends and did the least amount wrong in this situation because no one was perfect, not even me. J and D. Then we have the bad guys, N and K. Now, I'm no longer friends with these individuals. They caused some very severe issues in this situation, etc., etc. So our story begins with a very nice, very simple trip to an island metropolis that I call Dinos. I'm the DM, so I get to name things. It's like Las Vegas. That should tell you all you need to know. So D decides, it would be cute to go into a tavern and get drunk, party, whatever. And I let him. That's fine. He gets the most alcoholic beverage he can find, the Dino Scrambler, and drinks it, fails the Constitution save, and becomes completely drunk, completely sick, and just in bad shape. So that means poor Jay has to be the mother figure, per usual, and watch him, make sure he doesn't hurt himself, make sure nothing bad happens to him. Enter N, the villain. He buys the drink as well, which is fine. I guess we're just all getting drunk. He goes to the bathroom of the tavern and sits down and begins ritual casting Unseen Servant. Now, in case you were not aware, Unseen Servant is a spell that allows you to conjure this invisible entity that can carry things, push things, set off traps, etc., etc. So he does this, and he gives it a shot glass. Now this is when I should have called it off. I admit that. I didn't, and things just get worse. In case you didn't already know where this was going. So N decides to fill up the shot glasses and tries to get D to drink more of the drink after he's very sick on it, so it would kill him, but I guess that's funny for some reason. So N does that. And Jay is like, okay, these floating shot glasses, they don't seem right, and just hits them out of the sky, best friend goals. Now you might be asking, what in the world is K doing during this fiasco? Well, he's being a girl boss and gaslighting everyone. He's saying, no guys, you're insane. There are no floating shot glasses. As he sees a shot glass float past his face. But regardless, N completely fails to get D more drunk than he already was. So his solution is to try other people in the tavern. Innocent tavern patrons. Great. So K is like, oh, he's doing nothing wrong. This isn't bad. Whatever, guys, you're being over the top. And J and D are like, no, this is not cool. And they are saving everyone's butts by not letting N slip them a shot glass. So N leaves the bathroom, defeated. It hasn't worked. We're not roofing anyone today. The party said no. And Jay finds him and decides to walk up to him and just slap him. And be like, what in the world are you doing? We don't drug people. That's not what this party stands for. That's not the move. And Jay, being the mature queen she is, decides to sashay away from the situation and promptly gets backstabbed with a dagger. N decided he just couldn't stand being slapped for 0 damage, so he tries to murder her. Okay. Luckily, he misses. Everything's fine. Jay decides to be mature once again and says, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm slapped you. We'll have this conversation outside in the civil manner. So they leave the club. So you're thinking this is where the story ends. They just had a little scuffle. N's player thought something was funny that everyone else thought wasn't funny. And that's it, right? Wrong. So D, who's very drunk, is like, why did you do that to me, man? And slaps N. Of course. This is for 0 damage, I might add. But N loses it. Like, I don't know, has a stroke or something, and just starts attacking D. So this is happening on a busy residential street in the rich person district, might I add, just to be clear. K's like, what are you doing? And it's completely innocent. It was all just tee-hee funny. And D's like, why'd you try and drug me? You could have killed me. And J just walks away from the situation and uses the message spell to inform the police, who then come over, see the fight. Jay's like, tee-hee, by the way, police, this guy's committed multiple terrorist actions, which was true. So they apprehend him. K's like, whoa, what are you doing? You can't do that. So they apprehend K too. And just start walking away with them. Now I should have ended it, right? I should have ended it at this point. But I didn't. Because I still haven't learned, I guess. And N decides he's not going down without a fight. And he bombs the residential street. He casts Fireball. On him? Well, not on him. No. Because he has self-preservation. So he hits his friend, the policeman, and multiple innocent civilians, killing them all. Anyway, the police are like, no, this won't stand. Obviously, there's more that heard this and saw this, and they get him. And N wants to frickin' have a standoff. This is where I finally am like, let's stop. So I stopped it. And I said, we're not going to do this. I'm sorry. I apologize, but we're done. And you're going to prison. And I said, Kay, you didn't do anything specifically wrong. So I will let you return to the party. And maybe we'll talk to N about making a new character, blah, 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 blah. So I end it. And happy ever after, I guess. Now, of course, the end of all the spice and the tea and the drama. But there was a real world drama for us to deal with. Obviously, N was very angry. K was very angry. J and D were very angry. I was not exceptionally pleased myself. The game ended soon after. And we had a lot of broken friendships. So here are my 2 pieces of advice. Number 1, things start going badly. Players are fighting in real life. There are hurt feelings. Quit the game. Just stop it and say, let's talk about this out of game like mature adults. Second, have a session 0. Explain what your group wants. Obviously, N's character wanted to just be a mess, a clown, and drug people. Not my type of game style, but for some people, it's fun to just sort of fool around in fantasy world and do whatever you want with no fear of consequences. J and D were obviously not on the boat, but N and K were. If we had this conversation before the game even began, this would never have happened. So those are my 2 pieces of advice. It's very basic. I'm sure everyone has told you this before, but unless you want a Dinos Scrambler situation, please just follow it. Thanks everyone. Good luck and have fun.